Here we are from Fifth Third Arena. This matchup, the third Saturday in January, means a second matchup between these two Big 12 teams. Twice in 2 weeks it is, as J.J. Quinterly and the 15-2 West Virginia Mountaineers take on Jillian Hayes and the 9-7 Cincinnati Bearcats. It's Big 12 women's basketball on Bearcats Sports Radio. Hello, everyone. I'm Chase Jantz. Christian Pagan will join me in a little bit. He just called the men's game against Oklahoma in a heartbreaking loss for the Bearcats. To set the table, the West Virginia Mountaineers are 4-2 in conference play. Results have been done in pairs a lot. Winning their first 2 conference games, losing 2 more, and then scoring victories in the last 2 over UCF and Houston. The trio of Jordan Harrison, J.J. Quinterly, and Lauren Fields have paced the Mountaineers throughout the season. Judah, who grabs the attention? I don't know. But if we look at this, though, these 2 teams played each other on January the 6th in Morgantown, with the Mountaineers controlling the game 68-53 in that one just 2 weeks ago. West Virginia had 4 players in double figures and had 16 steals on the defensive side. The Bearcats, on the other hand, they're just 1-4 in conference play, still trying to find their footing in this tough conference. This is the first time the Bearcats have played in a week where they lost a tough one out in Provo against BYU 68-58. In their last game against each other, the Bearcats had 24 turnovers as a team on January the 6th, but Jillian Hayes was the bright spot, scoring 18 points and grabbing 11 rebounds. Here as we get the starting lineups coming in for both teams. We'll be right back in just a moment to read those things off shortly. Here we're back here on Bearcats Sports Radio. Looking at the starting lineups for both of these teams. West Virginia, Jordan Harrison, J.J. Quinterly, Lauren Fields, Kaya Watson, and Kylie Blackston. Walking it out for the 15-2 West Virginia. They've won 2 in a row. They're 3-1 on the road, 4-2 in conference. For your Bearcats, Reagan Jackson and Braylon Milton and Ariel Jackson are in the backcourt. And in the front court, Jillian Hayes and Malia Williams. Looking on the other side, West Virginia is coached by Mark Kellogg, his first season with the Mountaineers. Spent 9 seasons coaching. 460 and 122. A 790 win percentage in his career and an 882 win percentage so far here at West Virginia. And on the other side of things, Katrina Merriweather, her first season as the Bearcats coach, 9-7 at the moment, 8th Division I season coaching. 160 and 77, 675 win percentage over that time. It'll be Blackston and Williams at the top, and the jump ball is won by the Mountaineers, handled by J.J. Quinterly. Here's Fields, swings it over to Harrison, controlling the paint on the right wing, brings it back up to the middle. Blackston's going to shoot from the wing 3, and it's missed, rebounded by Milton. Milton, a dribble handoff over to Ariel Jackson. Bearcats in their 3-2 look, throws it inside to Hayes, and a foul's called. Here the Bearcats will inbound. Hayes taking the ball out. Throws it over to Milton. Milton looked for a screen, but throws it to the corner to Jackson. Jackson up to the high post to Hayes. Hayes, the left-hand dribble, spin move inside. Tough shot off the glass. And a fight for the ball, and West Virginia will retain possession. Here, 9:09 to go in this first quarter. The Bearcats sporting a 1-2-2 zone. Blackston throws it over to Fields. Fields swings it back up top to Harrison. Kicks it over to the corner for Quinterly. Quinterly for 3. It's missed, but rebounded on the offensive end by Harrison. Dribbles it out by the baseline. Trying to find her way with 13 seconds on the shot clock. She'll pull up from 3 on the left wing. It's good. Jordan Harrison averages 14.2 points a game, 4.2 rebounds, and 5.5 assists. Second in the Big 12 right now. Here's Milton trying to break the press. Hayes in the middle of the court. 17 on the shot clock. Ariel Jackson back in it. Quinterly with tough defense up top. Mountaineers in a matchup zone. Here's Jackson, goes, and it's blocked by Blackston. This is a good time to welcome in my broadcast partner, Christian Pagan. Just got off the Oklahoma game, doing a little double duty today. What's up?
A little overtime, yeah. I mean, wasn't really expecting to do another game, but, you know, when you broadcast, you know, you want to go after every broadcast. You know, if you have a true passion for it, you know, I'm going to try and call every game.
Hey, you got that right, man. You're doing that right now. This West Virginia-Cincinnati game as the Bearcats threw it out of bounds, and West Virginia retains possession. With 8:10 to go in the first quarter, it's 3-0 West Virginia. Jordan Harrison hit a 3 last possession. Swings it over to Kyle Watson. Watson up top to Jordan Harrison. Kickback. Blackston, 3 top of the key. It's missed, rebounded by Jillian Hayes. Hayes over to Ariel Jackson. There's a lot of Jacksons on this team, so we got to be specific on that one. Ariel Jackson trying to get the offense in flow. Here she is at the top. Looking for Milton. Tough pass. She's going to throw it over to Hayes. Hayes looked for a shot but didn't take it. Spin move, up and under, footwork, and missed it. Rebounded Watson.
You know, right there, that's a great look by Jillian Hayes driving in at the post. Just going to get the fall.
Harrison, the tough take, and the left-handed lay. Right off the glass. Goes coast to coast. Here, West Virginia in a 2-2-1 press. Trying to slow down the tempo of the Bearcats. Ariel Jackson at the 5th-3rd logo on the left side. Here is Jillian Hayes inside. One step, goes up, and count it, but actually don't count that. It is a travel. Trying to go up against the tough Blackston. As West Virginia pushes tempo once again. Throws it to Quinterly on the right wing. Harrison, no-look pass inside to Watson. Watson back out to Harrison. Harrison directing traffic for a screen. Inside, wiggle through, throws it to the corner. It's actually hit out of bounds, and it'll be the Bearcats basketball.
The Bearcats down 5-0 early. They're going to get some offense going on this one if they don't want to get too down deep in a hole.
And for those that are listening, excuse me for my allergies. It is that time of year, so.
It's also like 10 degrees outside.
It is an average Ohio day in the winter, to say the least.
At least it warms up, though, this week.
Yeah, I mean, every which way this weather is crazy. As Blackston steals a cross-court pass that was thrown by Milton. Cross-court pass thrown over for three, and it's missed. Rebounded. Looks like that was Calissa Craig. Reagan Jackson gets trapped, throws it over to Milton across court. Milton pushes from right to left to the middle of the court. Now over to her left. Here's Milton. Tough defense from Jordan Harrison with 8 on the shot clock. Stuck. Throws it to the middle of the court to Craig. Craig with 2 seconds on the shot clock. Will not get a shot up. And it'll be a shot clock violation. An excellent textbook possession for defense by the West Virginia Mountaineers.
Yeah, I mean, you forced the Bearcats 30-second violation, shot clock violation. When they gave the Craig down low, they had great defense on her. She really couldn't get inside the paint, get a layup. She had to force it out, and before you know it, the shot clock's already expired.
West Virginia forces 24.7 turnovers a game, 4th most in the country. They are really good at getting the basketball back in their hands. As Quinterly with the one side step and shot, it's good. From the 15-foot mark on the right elbow, J.J. Quinterly, their leading scorer, 18.2 points a game.
Yeah, West Virginia playing a press out of the inbounds, full-court press. Now they're doubling Jillian Hayes.
Taking their way out of Press Virginia, as they used to call him, with old Bob Huggins. It's a connection game for Bob Huggins, who coached at both of these schools for both men's programs. Here, Reagan Jackson, the nice crossover dribble, and missed the shot. Tipped out of bounds by West Virginia. It'll stay Bearcats basketball. 7-0 with 5:07 to go in the first quarter.
It's good to see Clarissa Craig out there. A little fun fact. I was actually playing basketball with her in the rec center last year.
You did tell me that story off air.
She was the tallest on our team.
And an offensive foul is going to be called. It's Malia Williams. Williams last game at 15 points, shooting 5 for 7 from the field, hit 4 3-pointers in 28 minutes and had 7 rebounds, averaging 16 points a game and 9 rebounds in her last 2 contests. Here, Watson, the deep three, missed it. Rebounded by Jenks. Jenks controlling it inside. Puts it off the glass, but they're going to call an offensive foul on her as she dipped that shoulder and forearm and gave it all to her. And the first media timeout is here. It's a football score, 7-0. West Virginia is up. We'll be back here in a couple moments. Here we are coming out of the break. 4:42 to go in the first quarter. 7-0. West Virginia is up. As Jordan Harrison brings the ball up the court. All 5 starters still on the court for West Virginia, as one of them, Blackston, gets called for an illegal screen.
And if you're the Bearcats, I know you're down 7-0. You haven't scored yet, but you also held West Virginia to 7 points in the first 6 minutes. West Virginia hasn't had a great start. They had a better start because the Bearcats had a worse start. But you're still playing good defense. Just need to get the offense going.
Here, Jillian Hayes brings the ball up the court into that press, throws it over to Taziah Jenks, back to Hayes. Reagan Jackson controls it up at the top with 20 seconds on the shot clock. The 1-4 high set. Jenks on the wing, throws it to the high post with Hayes. Hayes, the shot missed, rebounded by Watson. Watson up to Harrison, Harrison up to Quinterly. Quinterly, they are trying to push this thing around, swinging it around the horn. Fields, tempo. Looks for Kylie Blackston on the wing. The curl action for Quinterly. Right hand, inside. Tried to finish, but just couldn't get it above the rim, and it's rebounded by Craig, pushed by Jenks against their former team. Played for West Virginia in 2020, and West Virginia gets a steal. Here's Quinterly, throws it inside. That was a tough pass. Harrison was able to corral that one. Jenks tried to look for a 3, swung it over to Harrison. Quinterly inside, throws it down low. Up for the layup, it's good. By Kaya Watson, the 5'10 junior from Rapid City, South Dakota.
Quinterly at the corner, pump fake, drove in, base on a great pass underneath. Ends up in a Mountaineers field goal.
Another turnover. It is Quinterly, one-on-one with Jillian Hayes. Behind the back pass, a little flash, but taken out of it was Jillian Hayes. Hayes swats that thing into the first row of the stands.
Quinterly just casually running down the court. Nice behind the back pass, but Jillian Hayes right there to swat it away.
Here, a timeout is called. 3:07 to go in the first quarter of this game. 9-0 West Virginia. We'll take a very short break. We'll be right back in just a second. Here back after the short break. Looking at some of the numbers right now. Really quick ones. Jordan Harrison leading the team in scoring with 5 points, 2 for 3 from the field. 1 for 1 from 3. Not many stats have been totaled right now. The Bearcats are still scoreless at the moment.
A blocking foul. Ariel Jackson.
It's not a good start for the Bearcats so far. The inbound to Tavy Diggs. Diggs throws it to Quinterly, tried to get a roll action. Quinterly, ball on string, left-hand finish off the glass. It's good.
Quinterly, 4 quick points for the Mountaineers. Some great passes, too, that some baskets didn't fall, so she doesn't get the assist.
And another offensive foul is called on Ariel Jackson. A charge, as she drove it on the left wing and was a little out of control.
Bearcats with 9 turnovers already in the first quarter.
They're trying to get some confirmation down on the scores table at the moment. 11-0 the score. Mountaineers are up with 2:44 to go in the first quarter. I think they're still discussing a lot of stuff on the bench.
Are they potentially reviewing it? Or are they clarifying? It looks like they're clarifying something.
That's a great question. Looks like, I think they're clarifying who had the foul. Okay.
They're just trying to figure out who's called the foul, who did the crime.
It was a player control foul, they said, on Ariel Jackson. Quinterly, the right hand, drifted to the corner, and picking the pockets was Tazaya Jenks.
Great
Ariel
defense.
Jackson pushing the floor, throws inside, off somebody's leg. And they're going to say it's off Cincinnati's leg. Looks like that was Destiny Thomas. And West Virginia retains possession. The Bearcats are already at 10 turnovers to start this game. They had 24 in the game 2 weeks ago against the Mountaineers.
Well, it's definitely not a great start for the Bearcats, but you need a defensive stop right here.
Diggs, left hand. Wow. Working around the restricted area, and Diggs with the left hand finish.
You know, Diggs starts at the right post, takes the contact, goes around the world to the left post. Nice layup off the glass and in.
Here, throws to the corner. The shot from three, it's missed. Long, rebounded by Watson. Throwing up the court to Harrison on the right side, going from left to right, if you're watching on a television screen. Harrison, the right wing, throws it in to Tavy Diggs. Diggs turns around, faces up on Destiny Thomas. Spin move, 1-2 step, throws it off the glass, and it's missed and rebounded by Isaiah Jenks, who played for West Virginia in 2020.
Small world.
When worlds collide, Destiny Thomas, top of the key, throws over to Ariel Jackson, behind the back dribble, a little out of control. It's Isaiah Jenks trying to control things, 12 seconds on the shot clock. And Jackson trying to call a play. High screen from Destiny Thomas. The shot off kilter. It's missed and rebounded by Tavy Diggs.
That right there looked like a desperation shot, not really a smart shot.
What a nice pass up the court. It's Watson with the bucket, but Jordan Harrison with binoculars.
That was a great pass.
Really
in
was,
transition, too.
She averages 5.5 assists a game, and now another turnover. It's Harrison with the ball in her hand, throws it, no look pass to Quinterly. Quinterly, it's blocked by Jillian Hayes. Hayes, another rebound. She is very close to 700 rebounds. She'll be the 8th player to do it in UC history. The long pass from Morton, and it goes into the stands. Out of bounds, 15-0, 32 seconds to go in this game.
5
in the first
substitutions for the Bearcats. 5. It reminds me of, remember Greg Popovich, I think against the Celtics, the first 10 seconds, put 5 subs in, took off the starters?
I do remember that. They want to get a new group of 5 and see if they can actually get something going.
Yeah, get a spark going. You're down 15-0. You definitely need a spark because you don't want to go 2 down in the hole.
Yeah.
Still a lot of game to be played, but.
A very forgettable first quarter, to say the least. One of the 5 new ones on the court, Reagan Jackson, is a starter. She goes in with the second unit. Aisha Dia in the game. Nia Clark, who's guarding Quinterly. Quinterly, the right-hand scoop, misses it, rebounded. Here's Jackson dribbling up the court. The buzzer goes off already. And that'll conclude the first quarter. West Virginia is up 15-0 over your Cincinnati Bearcats. And we're going to take a break, and we're going to talk about what the Bearcats need to do going forward in the second quarter. We'll be right back. All right, we are back on Bearcats Media for the West Virginia Mountaineers and Cincinnati Bearcats women's basketball game. West Virginia up 15-0 to start the second quarter. A lot of things did not go well for the Bearcats in this quarter. Chris, what's one thing they need to focus on going forward?
Well, I think it would be ball security. I mean, 12 turnovers in the first quarter is not good. West Virginia with 12 out of their 15 points off of turnovers as they get another one, make it 14 points off of turnovers. It all starts with ball security. If you can't secure the ball, then you're going to have problems. But securing the ball and having good defensive stops can maybe get the offense going.
And West Virginia just pressing full court and playing very aggressive defense in the half-court setting has just caused the Bearcats some problems in the play out of control. Aisha Dia throws over to Holtman. Holtman down to the corner for Reagan Jackson. It's good. Reagan Jackson gets the Bearcats' first points of the afternoon. 17-3 is the score right now. Hopefully the Bearcats can get some energy, and the ball pass is stolen right there. Brianna Byers bringing the call up the court. Goes into the lane, tries to finish, and no call. Ball will be out of bounds. Bearcats basketball.
So far, good start for the Bearcats. You get a defensive stop. Get a three-pointer, and now you have the ball underneath the basket. Hopefully get a few points out of this. That's the spark they needed. You know, it could be one play as a rejection, but that three-pointer by Reagan Jackson could be the spark.
They say basketball is a game of runs, and you can't score 17 points in one possession, just chipping away one possession at a time. The Bearcats can do that here. This could be a game with a lot of time left to go. Reagan Jackson, a lot of players on one side of the court, dribbling inside as Clark tried to throw the pass, and another turnover. It was stolen by Tavy Diggs. Quinterly bringing the ball up the court. High ball, screen swings over to Watson. What a nice pass from Watson inside to Tavy Diggs. And she fumbled that pass, but was able to go up and finish it.
Yeah, she was wide open, honestly, like a wide receiver, cutting right through the seam of his own defense.
And Abby Holtman throws it up, and it's good. She's coming on the left side and threw it off the glass. And it's 19-5 with 8:18 to go in the second quarter. Here the three ball is missed and rebounded. Aisha Dia with it. And they're going to call a foul. And it looks like
it's on Tavy. Or no, it's going to be on.
Looks like Brianna Byers. And the Bearcats sending in 4 new subs.
The Bearcats had momentum. And that offensive foul right there kind of just took it away, just eliminated it. You know, these are the self-inflicted errors that are, you know, real game changers.
The Bearcats going with the bigger lineup here. Jillian Hayes, Destiny Thomas, Malia Williams, a lot of size in this. Maybe they can take advantage of stuff inside. Oh, J.J. Quinterly's out of the game. Blackson will be checking in here soon. Tavy Diggs in the low post with Destiny Thomas on her. Tries to dribble to the middle of the court. Shot fake, throws it out. It looks like that was Hemingway, but the ball is stolen. Jillian Hayes, they're going to call a blocking foul on Watson.
Great defense right there by the Bearcats. You draw a foul too. That's so far Bearcats have had good second quarter.
Watson gets her first foul, looks like, and she goes to the bench to get a breather. She tried to stand there like a brick wall and took the hit, but got called for the foul. Reagan Jackson, the high ball screen. West Virginia, looks like they're in a matchup zone, playing man. Throws it inside to Destiny Thomas. Misses the layup, but they're going to call a foul.
It was a late foul.
Very late foul. Called on Kylie Blackston. It's going to send Destiny Thomas to the line. Destiny Thomas, a 71% free throw shooter, averaging 6.6 points a game, 4.7 rebounds. And she'll try to put 2 through the chains for the Bearcats. Here, Thomas gets the bounce, makes the first free throw, another shot remaining. Not a bad crowd here today.
Not bad, no. I mean, you start off with a great game before, another tough loss for the Bearcats, but come right back, doubleheader. You know, 2 ranked teams coming to Cincinnati, it's not often that happens. Especially, it means a doubleheader, but have 2 ranked teams come to town, that's pretty big.
Definitely is. Here in the city, and it's the Big 12 for sure. Here we are. 19-7, West Virginia's up. Hemingway throws inside to Messiah Hunter. Now it's Harrison on the baseline. Throws it out to the wing. The 3 ball is missed and rebounded by Reagan Jackson as she tries to push the tempo to the left side of the court, going from right to left. Just imagine that you're watching on television and we're talking you through it here. Jillian Hayes, high post. 1 dribble, 2 dribble to the right. Spin moves into another defender, and it's off the foot of Destiny Thomas, but she recovers it and tries to lay it in. Had 2 chances on it, but gets a foul call.
Yeah, like you said, she had 2 chances, couldn't get the fault, but she's going to the free throw line. As you mentioned, they're chipping away slowly. You were down, I believe, 17-0 to start off. Now you're chipping away. It's 19-7. Like you mentioned, 1 possession at a time. You're not going to get it all back in 1 play. This is going to be a team effort. That's why we're seeing multiple substitutions. We're seeing 4 or 5 substitutes at a time, as Thomas made the first one. But yeah, it's going to be a team effort, and it's going to be over the course of the game.
Thomas switched the second one. It's 19-9. Bearcats in a 1-2-2. And it's stolen. Jillian Hayes with the basketball, pushing the tempo. On the left wing, throws it to Reagan Jackson. Jackson trying to control it. Pivot foot, throws it out to Holtman. Holtman up top with the right hand. Harrison guarding her. Here's Hayes with the left hand inside, but it's poked away. And a jump ball is probably going to be caught. Actually, it won't be. Tavy Diggs gets it.
Mountaineers have numbers.
Here's Harrison up top with Hayes on her. Tried to shift her. Fields looked for the shot but didn't get it. Hemingway, left wing, dribbles around the horn, looking for a tough one. Throws it out the field. Fields, the left hand, takes it in, but a foul is called. It looks like that might have been Malaya Williams.
Yeah, looks like she got the arm of the driving Lauren Fields, so she'll go to the line and shoot 2 free throws. Fields shooting 46% from the charity stripe, so any free throws aren't given.
Here Fields, 46% from the line. She misses the first free throw. Clarissa Craig checked into the game for the Bearcats. So did Danelle Arigbabu. (20-9) is the score, and another no, it's not a turnover. There's a lot of
bodies on the floor.
A lot of bodies on the floor. The ball rolling. Reagan Jackson was able to secure it with 17 seconds on the shot clock. 5:40 to go in the first half. Clarissa Craig tries the drop step. Triple teamed and a foul. Wherever this Bearcat team goes, it seems like there's more Mountaineers.
Oh, yeah. I mean, especially down in the paint, you know, West Virginia's going to collapse in on the paint and double and possibly, like we just saw, a triple team that player and try and force a turnover.
J.J. Quinterly just checked in for Lauren Fields. Clarissa Craig will be at the line to shoot 2 shots. Clarissa misses the first one. 75% free throw shooter on the season.
Yeah, that's very good. Just can't get the first one to fall.
And she makes the second one almost like we were awaiting a putt to win the Masters.
I wish the men's team could do that. Make your free throws. Ah!
They call it the charity stripe for a reason. Here it'll stay with the Mountaineers, 20-10, 5:24 to go in the first half. The Bearcats have started to get some momentum in this second quarter. They come out in a 1-2-2 zone, extended to the corner. Quinterly, the three-pointer, it's good. J.J. Quinterly She's got 9 points now. 4 for 8 from the field.
I was just about to say the Bearcats.
Holtman, deep three, missed. Rebounded Hayes. Hayes, put back, it's good.
Great second effort right there by Hayes with securing the rail and going right back up with it. But I was just about to say the Bearcats are holding the Mountaineers on a field goal drought for over 3 minutes, which was broken by the Quinterly three-pointer.
And there was a lot of hand fighting, shoulder checking, elbow bumping down there. It looked like Arigbabu and Clarissa Craig, like the salty spittoon down there.
Throwing hands, throwing elbows, physical Big 12 basketball.
The undercard of a UCF event. Or I said UCF UFC event. UCF's in our conference.
I always get mixed up, but tonight there is a UFC event.
There is.
Hunter Strickland.
And to talk about that, UCF, though, you're calling the game next Saturday night.
That is indeed true. Hopefully the Bearcats will win this one. You know, it's been heartbreakers ever since we joined the Big 12, but you know, UCF, they're kind of in the same boat.
Yeah.
Bearcats a little better than them, but UCF did beat Kansas earlier in the year.
Yep.
They did storm the court, but we'll see.
You can
Speaking
catch that
of game Saturday.
You can catch that game here on Bearcat Sports Radio. Chris is going to be on the call. Going to be a good game. Night game, I believe.
7 o'clock.
Yep.
I'd say it was different. You know, 1 o'clock start was a little unique, especially when I was walking here. It's like 11 and it's like 7 degrees outside. Just a little cold.
Yeah, just a little bit. Hopefully next week, you know, weather gets better and stuff. But
it does get better temperature-wise, but it's supposed to rain like 3-4 days in a row, unfortunately. It's almost like we swap weathers, you know. Florida, we get Florida's weather. It's just going to rain all day, you know.
Yep.
Like that.
Yeah, those Florida people are lucky for the most part, man. It's crazy. Hey, today, it's Cincinnati Zoo Day.
It is. Indeed, today, you know, earlier was Military Appreciation Day. Today, Cincinnati Zoo comes to Fifth Third Arena.
Gotta love the promotional events.
Bearcats were also earlier wearing retro uniforms, so a little bit of a 70s theme.
I like it. That 70s show.
Thank you for talking with us, and a big thank you to everyone at the Cincinnati Zoo for partnering with us for today's game.
Here the women's are wearing their red uniforms they wear at home. West Virginia sporting the all gray tops, just like Oklahoma did earlier.
This might be a hot take.
All right.
The West Virginia all-gray unis are not that bad. I like them. The yellow lettering, numbering as well, all gray.
Yeah.
And it's not like a dark gray, but it's not like a very light gray. It's like a regular gray, you know, and I think it goes good with the yellow numbering and lettering.
Yeah, I don't think that's a hot take at all. It's a good take. I mean,
there's got to be alternates, right?
Have to be.
Yeah.
Gotta be. Those are too nice to be regular away uniforms, but hey, I mean,
break them out once in a while, you know?
That's that right. Here, 4:48 to go in the first half, 23-12. Mountaineers are up. Quinterly's shot fake from the corner. Harrison will dribble with her left hand, gets pushed out behind the three-point line.
Looks like the Bearcats switched to a man defense.
Tried to throw him something different out of a timeout. Harrison, the step, deep three, it's missed. And rebounded by Reagan Jackson, trying to push the tempo with the right hand, pushes to the left side. Throws to the corner, Malaya Williams, a wide open three-pointer. It's missed, and it's rebounded by Harrison. Harrison pushing the tempo. It's a 2-on-3, tries to step through, rolls it up, and they call a blocking foul. They're gonna get Abby Holtman for that one.
Fouls on the Cats, number 7, Abby Holtman. Her first team.
You know, that Harrison three-point attempt, Malia Williams three-point attempt, you know, in the corner, that was not a bad look at all. Just a little too much on it. But, yeah, you can live with those three-pointers. I understand trying to claw it back right there. That's a good look, and that's nothing to be ashamed of.
That's the most wide-open shot that the Bearcats have had today. Definitely want to hit those. Harrison, the first free throw up and good. Last game against Houston, Jordan Harrison played 29 minutes, shot 4 for 6 from the field, had 12.7 rebounds and 7 assists. Did everything on that one. Makes the second free throw. Harrison now up to 7 points. West Virginia, or as we can call them, Press Virginia, in a 2-2-1. Reagan Jackson dribbles with her right to the left, pushes it back to the middle of the court. Throws over to Byers on the left wing. Malaya Williams throws it inside to Clarissa Craig. They'll get a foul call. Danelle Arrigobo. That's a name.
Checking back in for the Mountaineers. For 21, Tommy Gibbs, and 23, Lauren Fields.
Here, Craig will go to the line.
Clarissa Craig.
They're in the bonus. 25-12, 3:56 to go in the first half.
So is it straight double bonus now?
I believe so.
Because that's how it is in Ohio high school basketball, too.
There's a lot
I believe
to
they
adjust.
just got rid of the single bonus, so it's just straight. Not even double bonus. The double bonus is 2, or the single bonus now is 2 free throws.
Yeah.
Speed up the pace of the game. That's what my sources told me.
Your sources are correct.
As in my dad refereeing.
Here, Craig gets both free throws. Yeah, it is interesting because the only people that have it now are men's. They still have the bonus and double bonus, and everyone else, at least in the state of Ohio, they're in the NBA rules when it comes to the fouls. 5 fouls in a quarter being the double bonus. What times we live in. Harrison dribbling around the way, around the world, around everything. Fields throws it to Tavy Diggs. Diggs the shot. Tried to hoist it up at the end of the buzzer, and Malaya Williams gets the rebound. Reagan Jackson again pushing with pace. Throws up to Abby Holtman. Tried to do a dribble handoff, give and go, but that did not happen. Here's Holtman inside. It's stripped. Quinterly up the court. The layup, count the bucket. JJ Quinterly, 11 points now.
5 of 9 shooting, too. I mean, she's a great player right now. She's definitely been the name to say, the player to watch here in this matchup. I mean, we watch her play. It's like just a true point guard. I mean, good passing, good dribbling, can shoot the ball, too, driving in, speed.
Makes a second free throw, but I think the thing that sticks out the most is she has 5 steals. This West Virginia team averages 14.6 steals per game, which is the best in the nation.
Wow.
And they're 4th in the nation in turnover margin at a plus 9.2. Reagan Jackson, it's good from 3. The right wing. Jackson set the puppies and let it fire. Hits the 3, 28-17, 2:39 and counting. West Virginia swinging it around the horn. Quinterly thought about it for a second in the left corner, but didn't. Field swings it up to Harrison. Harrison dribbles the right hand, throws it up, and it's missed and rebounded by Malaya Williams. Gets it to Reagan Jackson, pushes the pace up the court to Abby Holtman. Holtman trying to push with her right hand. Byers inside, right hand, spin move, shot, it's missed. And it looks like the ball's between Byers' legs.
We call kickball on the Bearcats.
And the Bearcats are going to sub in 5 new players again.
Looks like the starting lineup is coming in for this final 2 minutes. But so far, the Bearcats, when they try and chip away at the lead, it's always like West Virginia responds. It seems like that deficit, that margin has always been 11, It was 17, got down to 11, then it goes back to 13, then back down to 11. So the Bearcats need to get over that hump and make this a single-digit deficit going into half to get that momentum.
It's going to be huge going forward with 1:53 to go in the first half. Quinterly with the left hand. The pull-up jumper from 15 is missed and rebounded by Jillian Hayes. Pushing up the floor. Ariel Jackson looking. Tazaya Jinks, baseline, throws it up, and it's fouled. She'll go to the line to shoot 2. Jillian Hayes is 4 rebounds away, actually, 5 rebounds away from being the 8th player in UC history to have over 1,000 points and 700 rebounds. She's 4th in blocks and 6th in rebounds all time. What a career she's had.
Talk about an all-around player. It's a truly amazing feat.
Jenks misses the first free throw. Bearcats trying to make this a 10-point game. Trying to break that 11-point mark that Chris was talking about. And they do. 28-18, 1:38 to go in the first half.
I'm a little surprised the Bearcats aren't pressing out of the inbounds. You know, you're down 10, make it 12. But to get that spark, you might need to play a little more aggressive because West Virginia's been pressing the entire game. Look what that's doing. I mean, you're forcing the Bearcats 16 turnovers. But I'm surprised the Bearcats haven't been pressing out the inbounds to try and get that spark going.
Yeah, the sense of urgency is going to be a big thing going forward. It is a long game, but, you know, you want to have some type of urgency when you're down like this or, you know, when a team is, you know, really having their way with you. But it'll be interesting to see how that goes forward. I mean, if you're looking at it, though, there's 1 minute 8 seconds left. The Bearcats have the basketball right now. They get a 2-for-1. If they can cut this down to 10 at the half, I mean, you think they would be pretty confident going in the second half.
Yeah, especially after being down 17-0 in the first 11 minutes of the game, to make it a 10-point deficit, and also you have momentum going into the half, that would be huge.
Hayes, the left hand, missed the shot. A lot of contact there. It was rebounded by Messiah Hunter. Jordan Harrison pushes the tempo, dribbles it around. 48 seconds to go. Harrison on the right wing. Screen is set, she refuses it. Goes with her right hand, throws it out to Quinterly. Quinterly gets the puppy set and makes it. Quinterly, 15 points in the first half. 2 for 3 from the 3, and it's 33-18.
So there's about a 1 second difference between shot clock and game clock.
And a travel's called on Jillian Hayes. Tried to swing it over to the wing to Milton where there was an open opportunity. West Virginia gets the ball back with 20 seconds to go. Quinterly walks it up the middle of the court, pushing to her right.
It's going to be a 5 wide and probably get some action around 8 seconds for a screen potentially. Here we go.
6 seconds to go in the first half. Quinterly with the left hand. Tries to go between the legs. A carry could have been called. And the ball bounces out of bounds with 0.6 seconds left.
Yeah, Quinterly tried going through the legs and it went off her quad, which in my eyes here was a double dribble, but it wasn't called. But Bearcats do force a turnover.
And they say ball don't lie in that case. The Bearcats hold it, and halftime, West Virginia's up 33-18 over the Cincinnati Bearcats. We will be back at the start of the second half, and we'll give you your coverage going forward. Here we're back at Fifth Third Arena for this Big 12 matchup between the Cincinnati Bearcats and West Virginia Mountaineers. Women's basketball, third Saturday in January. Second matchup between the two teams, 33-18. Mountaineers are leading starting the second half. West Virginia gets the ball to start. Chris, this second quarter for the Bearcats wasn't bad.
It really wasn't. After a slow start in the first quarter, the Bearcats really turned on the intensity, got the offense going, made some defensive stops. It turned a 17-point deficit down to 10 points at a time, but the Mountaineers just finished off the quarter, the final minute of the quarter, which they had a few extra points, which bumped their lead back up to 15. But overall, it was much better than the first quarter.
That was a big hole to climb out of for the Bearcats in the first quarter. Started off down 7, like Chris mentioned. It was 15-0 in the first quarter, and West Virginia had a bucket to start the second quarter. 17-0, and they won that quarter when it came to points, which I believe they tied that quarter. Here, missed shot. It's rebounded by Malaya Williams. Gets over to Ariel Jackson. Trying to push the tempo. Up to Milton. Milton on the right wing. Swings it back over to Ariel Jackson as they try to get a play in from Katrina Merriweather. Overthrown pass is stolen by Blackston. Quinterly in the corner. Dribbles back up to the middle of the court. Throws it to Blackston. The high post. Swings it over. And a foul is called. It was Jordan Harrison trying to drive in. They're going to get
Quite a bit of contact there on that call.
They were both moving pretty fast on that one. Here the inbound. Throws it up to Blackston. The pass from Harrison. Looking for a backdoor cut. Didn't get it. Quinterly off the screen. Tries to put a high shot off the glass. It's missed, but rebounded by Blackston. They're going to call an on-the-floor foul. They're going to get Jillian Hayes for that one.
And with Blackston getting that rebound for a potential second chance point, you know, she was uncontested. I mean, she was really the only one on the block. No Bearcat, no one in red was all around her.
Harrison almost pushed that 5-second count, but it's thrown into Fields. Fields the left hand, now behind the back dribble, tries to push it back out. Maya Watson with the basketball, swings it back over to Jordan Harrison. Harrison crossover dribble, spin move, tries to throw it up, and a foul is called on Braylon Milton. And that one looked a little questionable.
You know, I think it's just refs overall in Cincinnati make questionable calls. I mean, today in the men's game, it's like every other call, the crowd started booing and flicking off the refs because they didn't agree with it. I mean, this city, I mean, it's a very passionate city, but also every other call doesn't go their way, you know. They give them the middle finger and start booing them.
That's a way to look at it there. Harrison at the line, shooting 2 shots. Her first free throw is good. Harrison, a 78% free throw shooter. 50% from the field, 38% from 3, 70% from the line. 78% from the line. She is very close to a 50, 40, 90 season in women's basketball.
Oof. It's truly impressive.
Here, tried to throw out the pass was Ariel Jackson. It was deflected, but it was recovered by Reagan Jackson. Throws the skip pass to Milton for 3. Missed off the front iron. Rebounded by Quinterly, pushing the pace. Looking up the court, switches hands. Throws over to Fields on the left side of the court. Crossover dribble with the left hand. Cups it. And nice takeaway from Ariel Jackson. Stripped the basketball. She regains the basketball. Throws it up to Milton on the right wing. Milton the shot fake. Crossover dribble. Trying to look inside for Hayes. Throws it inside to Hayes, so it's Blackston on her. Hayes inside, 1 dribble, 2 dribble, throws up the shot, and it's missed. No foul call there. Rebound by Blackston. Fields pushing it. Fields inside, slips. Travel call. A lot of up and down action.
Big sequence right there, but right there when Lauren Fields slipped, almost did the splits. That happened to Tyrese Halliburton. think he had a hamstring injury that kept him out for a couple games. It was always scary falls.
At least she seemed to be fine on that one. Stolen by Quinterly, goes in and is fouled by Ariel Williams. Quinterly just putting the stamp on this one.
A fantastic player tonight. 15 points, 6 of 14 from the field, 2 3-pointers, 5 steals too. Wow.
She has 16 double-digit scoring games this season. Last time out, she played 31 minutes against Houston. They had a dominating win, 31-point win, I might add. 18 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. Had 8 turnovers, though, in that game. She is, she switched off that turnover light or whatever. She is doing a really good job today protecting the basketball. She makes the first free throw.
It's almost like Jizzle James. You had the stat earlier, I believe in the Texas one, you said he had 6 turnovers in his first 2 games. He had 11 in his last 14, last 15 now probably. Once you flip that switch, you get in that groove.
Foul is called. Looks like that was number 32. Was Miles.
West Virginia is a very physical team. They are not letting the foot off the gas pedal at all. They're continuing to press, even when they're up by 19, and fighting for every loose ball, forcing turnovers, playing hard defense.
Yeah, that's something that first-year coach Mark Kellogg, first-year coach with West Virginia. They're 15-2 at the moment, but he's won 460 games in his career as Division I coach. He knows a thing or two about winning. Reagan Jackson controls it up there. Trying to throw it around to Jillian Hayes. Hayes inside. 2 seconds on the shot clock. Doesn't matter. It's stolen by Lauren Fields, and Jenks trying to go up. Lauren Fields, a left-hand finish, and it's a 39-18 ball game with 6:53 to go in the third quarter.
Bearcats are losing grip. I always talked about how you need to cut that deficit down to single digits in the half. Didn't happen. Not really much offense, and the defense let them a lot of points.
Hayes, the rebound, it's fouled. Looks like the foul will be on Kylie Blackston. Hayes will shoot 2 at the line. Like you mentioned earlier before the end of the first half, it was interesting because the Bearcats were only down 10. They had an opportunity to try to cut this game into single digits, but a 3-pointer was hit, and the gap just got wider.
The Bearcats so far scoreless in this quarter, 3.5 minutes of action.
Hayes' first free throw just swirled around like a toilet bowl.
Great ride at Kalahari, if you ever been there.
Oh, yeah, I have. That was a long time ago. Makes the second one. Good old Kalahari. 39-19, 6:30 to go in the third quarter. West Virginia in motion offense. Nice pass. Quinterly throws it into Fields. Anticipation. Almost like you talked about earlier, throwing a pass to the zone defense. Way before the pass was even there.
Just from where we were, that was a perfect view ahead of the runner, right in the breadbasket.
That might have been one of the best passes I've seen as a spectator in quite a while, to say the least. That, like you mentioned, it was a perfect angle for us.
It's like watching a quarterback drop back, one-handed little flick of the wrist, right into the paint, dropped it right in.
Now let me ask you this. We're sitting in the corner of the arena. When it comes to watching football, basketball, what are your go-to seats, like area-wise? Do you like sideline? Do you like end zone or behind the basket? Do you like corner seats? What is your preference?
Well, for football.
And the three's good Lauren Fields. Go.
For football, I don't like sitting behind the end zones only because my depth perception of, yardage gets messed up.
Yeah.
And it's kind of, hard to see. I'm like, oh, he's probably at the 36. No, he's at the 41, stuff like that. So sitting alongside, the sidelines, probably my preferred spot.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with basketball. Behind the hoops, it gives a weird angle because you have the hoop in the way. It's hard to see. Honestly, this corner spot where we are, the media section, honestly, I like it.
Yeah.
Now, I've sat around for volleyball when just, either supporting volleyball or prepping, scouting, I've sat everywhere. But honestly, here, this corner spot, I really like it.
We've gotten used to it, but it is a really good spot, though. My preference, man. I mean, what were you saying again?
We're not too high. We're not.
We're
too
really
low.
not, though. We're in the top. We're toward the top of this lower bowl. You know, we are in a very good spot when it comes to that. I'll finish my thing in a second. 44-19, the score. West Virginia is up. Brianna Byers tries to get a left-hand scoop in there, and it's missed and rebounded by Jordan Harrison trying to push the tempo. With the left hand, crosses back over, fakes the dribble handoff, and fakes herself out and throws the ball out of bounds. Here, timeout's called by Cincinnati. 4:59 to go. So what I was going to say was, all right, again, I agree when it comes to the end zone. Like, I don't specifically like sitting too low in the end zone because of the depth perception. But I will say, at Paycor Stadium, I'm a big Bengals fan. At Paycor Stadium, man, when you're sitting like in that second deck and you're like, you know, you're up in that second deck, though, I think you can kind of see a decent bit up there. You know, like you can see the yard lines are a bit better and everything since you're obviously up higher. You're not too high up. You can still see the, but I don't know. I think the higher end zone seats, not too high up there, and then corner seats. I think those are my go-to. If you're obviously up here on the, you know, on the sideline and stuff like that, like a little higher up for a football game, I think those are my go-tos. Like I would like to sit close to the field and stuff and just be, you know, part of the aspect of the game. But when it comes to watching, I at least want to see what's going on, you know.
Yeah, and as a Browns fan,
we got to make this known.
My dad has season tickets in the dog pound, but we're like towards the end of it, like the top corner of it. So literally 3 rows behind us is a wall. So we have a good angle, but it's also tough kind to see like the yardage and stuff. But when I went to the Jets game, I was in the 300 level, so our second bowl. But I was close, like you mentioned.
Yeah.
And it changes everything. I was right behind the goalpost. And it was good, you know, getting a new angle of the stadium, you know, something I've never been to, a spot I've never been to.
Yep.
And it's definitely a good angle, but just preference, those dang on goalposts be getting in the way sometimes.
They do. I will say, and especially if you're not like dead on, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're like not, if you're like to the side of the goalpost and stuff, like, and you're in the 300s or 200s down here at Paycor, you can't tell if a field goal's made or missed sometimes. You're like,
Exactly.
ooh, you gotta go off the crowd noise in that regard. But yeah, but then again, like basketball though, I mean, again, there's not really a terrible basketball seat. Like you would prefer to be down here, not super high up, so you can see everything going on and see people's numbers and all that stuff. But you know, sitting behind the basket in basketball, it's a tough thing to say.
Yeah, and like you mentioned, for us broadcasters, like seeing numbers is a necessity.
Yeah.
I mean, we have to. That's literally how we operate. You know, my mind says I have to see the number and the last name immediately has to click.
Yeah, 100%. Because there's some uniforms out there that like there's a couple of teams I can't really like remember right off my mind, but like there's some teams that their uniform is just like so hard to read. Like, you know, they'll have like a red uniform, but they'll have the black outline, but they'll have a red fill as well. Like just stuff like that. I'm like I can't tell what number you're wearing, all this other stuff. Like it's tough sometimes.
I mean, when we had the UCF game, they wore those white uniforms with gold numbering and lettering in the sun.
No outline.
That was
at all.
hard,
Yeah.
especially because we're high up too. Our booth is high up.
Oh yeah. Bearcats try to run the break here. Abby Holtman saved it. Reagan Jackson up at the top. Jackson, Clark, Holtman, Byers, and Destiny Thomas in the game for the Bearcats. Stolen. Throws up the court. What a nice pass laid in by Quinterly. Jordan Harrison running the break.
I mean, that one too, right on the money. This one's more further as a cross-court pass.
Another steal by Quinterly. Goes up for the finish, and one, count the bucket. Quinterly putting another stamp on this game.
21 points. Mountaineers on a 9-0 run over the last 2 minutes, and the Bearcats in that scoring drought over 2 minutes.
They've made their last 5 field goals. 3 turnovers in the last 2 minutes or so for the Bearcats. And timeout's called. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. Quinterly will be shooting free throws. 4:21 in the third quarter. Here we go. Quinterly shooting another shot. Missed the traditional three-point play.
She missed it. She's human.
I mean, wow. That shocked me. Here it's 48-19. Reagan Jackson trying to control things. Aisha Dia with the basketball throws it into the high post to Byers. Byers looking out to the corner for Reagan Jackson. The shot for Jackson is missed. Rebounded. Harrison throws it up. Quinterly again. I mean, wow. You just finding a way. She just leaks out and gets the basketball up and gets free points every single time.
I mean, West Virginia is so good in transition. I mean, we've seen it multiple times, just great outlet passes. And right now, West Virginia, 19 fast break points and 23 points off turnovers.
Dia, the 1-2 step, throws it off the glass. Foul called on Fields, block foul. So you get Dia to the foul line.
Checking in for West Virginia, number 21, Tommy Davis. At the line for the Cats, number 6.
Yeah, 11-0 run over the last 3 minutes for the Mountaineers, and the Bearcats 1 point in this quarter. You know, we've seen it in the make it 2.
Make it 2.
But we've seen it, though, in the first quarter where they went scoreless. You know, these scoreless droughts are obviously, you know, killing them. With 23 turnovers as well, it's not helping the cause either.
Dia's second free throw is good. Yeah, being a game of runs, it's just limiting how big each run is, how long each run is, and how many runs there are, you know, in the opposition side of things. But, you know, the Bearcats, they just got to try to finish this game out playing with a lot of heart. So we'll see how this thing goes. 3:09 to go and counting, 50-21. West Virginia is up. Inside, Fields actually takes the three-pointer, and it's very long, but rebounded by Watson. A lot of miscommunication there. Reagan Jackson has the basketball, trying to dribble it up the middle of the court. Throws it over to Nia Clark. Nia Clark tried to look inside to Byers, and they're going to call an offensive foul on Byers.
Bearcats, number 10, bring on Byers. Her second. Checking in for the Cats, Tilly Haynes.
And Katrina Merriweather sending in an entirely new starting 5.
I've seen a lot of times those 4 or 5 substitutions, just trying to get a spark going.
Trying to get a spark and maybe trying to see if, you know, certain groups have better continuity with each other.
Great vocabulary.
Here the missed layup by Quinterly. Oh, it was a tough one. Jenks, the right hand, gets to the middle of the court, tries the 1-2 step, flip it up. It's fouled. Fields, the culprit. Jenks, the former Mountaineer, current Bearcat, to the line.
West Virginia's number 23, Lauren Fields.
With the Bearcats, so 11-14 from the charity stripe. Much better than the men's team.
Back in 0-0,
Free throws, man. Your Jenks good on the first free throw.
12 of 15. It's 80%.
Jenks good on the second one. Bearcats are actually first in the Big 12 and 15th nationally in made free throws a game. 15.8. They've made 13 so far. 50-23. West Virginia up, 2:15 and counting. Quinterly with the basketball on the right wing with Jenks guarding her. Crossover dribble, looking inside. Throws it out to Harrison. Harrison at the top of the key. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Harrison dribbles over, dribble handoff over to Hemingway. Hemingway with 3 seconds on the shot clock. Got to get a shot up. A lot of shot fakes, stepped through off the glass. It did not touch the glass. It's a shot clock violation.
Great defense right there by the Bearcats. Even though you're down 27, still playing with that effort and that enthusiasm.
West Virginia still pressing, not taking their foot off the gas at any moment. Milton at the middle of the court. Pass swung over to Jenks. throws it over to Ariel Jackson. Jackson, the jab step, crossover dribble out to Jenks. Jenks between the legs. To the right wing, over to Ariel Jackson, swings it back to Milton. Milton, high post, it's stolen by Maya Watson. Jordan Harrison with the basketball now. Left-handed, trying to go up and fouled. Ariel Jackson, the culprit. Harrison to the line for 2 shots.
Checking back in, number 3, Megan Jackson.
And the Mountaineers in a scoring drought. 2 minutes.
At the line for the
Is that so?
number 10, Jordan.
Doesn't seem like it.
It really doesn't.
Also
But looking at the
Clarissa Craig.
stats, Quinterly, 23 of the 50 points.
9 for 18 from the field, 2 for 4 from 3, 3 for 4 from the foul line. And then right now shooting free throws, Jordan Harrison. She hits the first free throw, 12 points, 3 for 6 from the field, 1 for 2 from 3, 5 for 5, might be 6 for 6 from the foul line after her second shot, 4 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals in 26 minutes. She does hit the second free throw. At 13 points now. They said the ball went out on Jillian Hayes and they immediately flipped the call. 52-23, 124 to go in the third quarter. West Virginia playing a very aggressive press. Tavy Diggs was the furthest girl back at the start of that press, and she was at half court. Inside to Jillian Hayes. Up off the glass, and it's missed. Just not a good day right now for the Bearcats as Clarissa Craig gets called for the foul.
You're right, but these last 11 minutes will determine the character of this team. If they just quit, then that's not a good look. But they still play with fire and intensity, still try to claw their way back. That's still a good look. But these 11 minutes will really determine the character of the team.
There's still a lot of season left.
Of course, yeah.
I mean, Big 12 play. This is the 6th Big 12 game that the Bearcats have played, 7th for West Virginia. West Virginia's up toward the top of this conference. Hemingway hits the first free throw.
I know it's a little off topic, but how about Caitlin Clark coming to Columbus? Take on the Buckeyes.
Tomorrow, that's going to be something. Tickets were going for a very insane amount. Upwards in the triple digits. Games on NBC as well.
Ooh. If you have Peacock, use that too.
Good old Peacock. They got NBC and Peacock for that game. They're like, oh, it's a big one.
The 2 ranked teams right there.
What a day for NBC, though. They got that game at, I think it's 11 or 12. I can't remember. 11 or 12. And then right after that, they got coverage for Football Night in America, and then they got the Bucks and the Lions. Who would have thought that would be a divisional round matchup? But
It's just a weird thought that Detroit, San Francisco for a chance to go to the Super Bowl.
Man, oh, man. If my brother's listening to this, he's a huge Lions fan. He has been waiting for this for a minute, for a good minute to say the least. But
see, us Browns fans and Lions fans, we're buddies on the lake. I know we talk trash about each other, but
you guys are, yep, Lake
I
buddies.
want to see Detroit win. And see with Buffalo, I want to see them both win.
Yeah.
Lake buddies, been through a lot, history, historically. 100%. But really with Detroit, first division title since '69, I think.
It was some. I think it's something
maybe
like
first
that.
playoff win since '60. I don't know. It's been a 11-win season, I think.
Yeah, you're right. Because they won their division like in '91, I believe.
Yeah.
And they also won the playoff game in '91, but they haven't won. They've won 2 playoff games in 60 years. Like it's insane to think about. Your shot clock running down. Tavy Diggs tries to get a shot up and rims it in. Like everyone just kind of stopped when she shot it and made it. Jordan
Everyone's
Harrison
watching the ball.
Yeah.
Mesmerized.
Harrison was slow to get up on that, but she's fine right now. 56-25, 13 seconds to go in the quarter. Ariel Jackson pulls the basketball up to the middle of the court. 7 seconds to go. Tries the ISO. Nice between the legs dribble, tries to do a fadeaway jumper, and it's good. That was nasty. The good kind of nasty. 56-27 is the score. West Virginia is up. Fourth quarter is going to begin in a moment. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back here on Bearcat Sports Radio. Here we're back. Start of the fourth quarter. A lot of fan engagement today as it's Cincinnati Zoo Day. I mean, you would think this game right now, I'm not trying to sound funny, would be very close. It's just the energy in the arena is still very high for it being, you know, a lopsided game at the moment.
Yeah, and when I was walking around, you know, the zookeepers, zoo employees were carrying snakes, holding snakes. And I was like, yeah, I think it's my time to go.
Yeah, I think it is.
I mean, they had like pythons. I'm like, dude, put that thing away.
You can keep that far away at the moment.
I am a fan for zoo theme, zoo day, but like, don't get me involved.
Yeah, man, the snakes, like, okay, cool. I'll look at it on the video board, but
yeah, don't have it in front of me.
No.
Knowing my luck, they're like, yeah, there's a loose snake somewhere in the arena.
Gosh.
I'm like, yeah, my time to go. All right, I'm gonna head out.
I'm gonna skirt on out of here. The Bearcats made a sub in with their starting lineup. Jillian Hayes inside. Misses the layup, and it's rebounded by Tavy Diggs. It's just been a frustrating day for the Bearcats so far. Quinterly still in the ballgame, throws it over to Hemingway, back over to Quinterly at the top of the key, guarded by Malaya Williams. Hemingway back over to Quinterly. Said that once before. Maya Watson looking at the top of the key with 9 seconds to go. Harrison inside, completely wide open lane, but misses the layup as it's rebounded by Jillian Hayes, who has 6 rebounds at the moment. Coast to coast, Ariel Jackson, good. That's her 6th point of the day. Quinterly, ball on the left wing with Hayes guarding her. Inside, throws it up to Hemingway, actually Tavy Diggs, and Tavy Diggs scores. Quinterly just, again, putting the mark on this game.
She has great vision. We've seen a lot of good passes from her today. That was just one of them, too. Right in the breadbasket again. She's just dropping dimes.
And she just had another steal in that time frame. Jordan Harrison, off the dribble, left hand, tries to go and shot fake, wrap around, and they call a foul like Malaya Williams. Looks like a timeout's called. And I believe the Bearcats are going to sub in a new 5 again. A lot of working in groups for the Bearcats this game.
See, it can go both ways. I understand you're trying to get a spark going, but also if you keep substituting all these different personnel of new, not new teammates, but like new connections and new, bonds, and they can really mess up chemistry.
Yeah.
But if it works, though, I mean, then you're a genius. You got spark, but the thing is, it can really disrupt, chemistry and rhythm.
Indeed.
As a reminder, post-game autographs will take place on the South Concourse following the conclusion of today's game. If you're shooting posters signed by some of the Bearcats women's basketball team.
Was earlier, the game was a sellout, right?
Yeah, attendance was 12,406. And
Impressive.
the capacity here is listed as 12,012 intentionally. But, over 12,000, a lot of standing room. So, yeah, definitely a sellout. Great atmosphere. But it would have been better if they came out the win. But as Coach Miller said, you can't be sad, can't be mad. You got to play another game in about 48 hours. So.
Yeah, they got to hit the road pretty soon. Go against one of the top 5 teams in the country, against Kansas. Who knows, maybe Travis Kelce's at the game on Monday. Depends on what happens probably in their game tomorrow night against the Bills.
Kirk Herbstreit was here today.
Really?
They showed him on the Jumbotron.
Where was he sitting on the
I think courtside, yeah.
Courtside? I keep forgetting that he resides here in Cincinnati. I keep forgetting that. There's a lot of really well-known people that reside here. A lot of well-known people do that you would not expect live here in Cincinnati.
The Chris Collinsworth one was like, what?
Oh, yeah,
He
that's
chose
true.
Cincinnati?
Yep. Still staying Cincinnati full and through. CC on the call for that Lions game tomorrow at Tarico. It's funny though that one of the top NFL game analysts and the top college football game analyst, one of the top college football game analysts, both live in the same city. Isn't that something? And out of all places, Cincinnati.
I can't think of anyone that lives in Cleveland, dude.
Hey, man, well, we got to dig a little deeper on that one. Bearcats steal it. Reagan Jackson misses. Put back. It's good. Bounces around the rim. Jordan Harrison, on the other hand, turned it over. She fell. It's like the 3rd or 4th time that she fell. Looked like on her own. But she's up and she's playing. Doesn't seem to be favoring anything at the moment. Inside to Tavy Diggs. Nice seal on Brianna Byers. Tavy Diggs puts it up and in. Diggs 8 points today. 10 points, excuse me. 5 for 8 shooting. $60-31 is the score. 7:28 to go in the game. Bearcats side out by the scores table. Inside to Byers. Byers goes up and a nice block by Kaya Watson. Again, for it being a game that is, has a big gap in it when it comes to scoring. I mean, still a good amount of people here at this basketball game. Nice to see the support for the women's basketball team as Reagan Jackson shoots a 3 and misses it, rebounded by Tavy Diggs. Excuse me, that was Jayla Hemingway. Controlling the tempo again is Harrison. Inside, kick out, Watson, three-pointer, it's good.
3-point basket, Kaya Watson.
Mountaineers shooting 48% from the field. And the Bearcats is 23%.
Another steal by Fields. Fields, crossover dribble inside, tries to step through, missed it, rebound, got her put back and padded stats.
That was like a tip-in from 21, or we call it 33 where I'm from.
What is it, a volleyball reference?
No, all right, see, this is the problem. Everyone calls it differently. So the 1v1v1 in basketball. You play at 3 players. We call it 33.
Oh, I'm so dumb. I'm so dumb.
No, because people call it. I'm like, you want to play 33? 33. We play 21. I'm like,
so you guys call it 33 in Cleveland?
yes. Huh. At least where I'm from, we call it 33.
Okay.
That's how my siblings raised me.
Yeah.
But right there, that was miss it, then jump up, rebound, pick.
That's
right back
automatic. That's 21. If you're one of the biggest people on the court, I mean, you see a lot of people do that. Like in general though. But wow, I just had another airhead moment, but it's all good.
Must be the allergies.
Yeah, I think it really is. Stuffed. Here, Ariel Jackson goes up, tries to throw across court, but Lauren Fields, that is able to tap it out of bounds. 5:52 to go in this ball game. 65-31, West Virginia is beating the Cincinnati Bearcats. These two used to be Big East rivals a time ago, back in the 2000s, before the Big East had their overhaul. Milton missed three-pointer. It's rebounded. Hemingway over to Harrison.
And just to think that this conference gets even stronger next year.
It's incredible.
You had 4 new teams, Utah, Colorado, and both the Arizonas.
What a nice up-court pass from Milton over to Hayes. Jillian Hayes has had a rough night tonight. 5 points, 2 for 9 from the field. Nice to see her get that basket. Fields pushes it out. Between the legs dribble. Tavy Diggs inside, shot fake, goes up with it, throws off the glass. And it looks as though...
Offensive foul.
Yeah, it looks like an offensive foul. They called her on the hook. Tried to dribble it around, and I think sometimes when you really sell it with the arm, you hook around the other side of the jersey, they're going to get that call. Here, West Virginia's protected the basketball like it's a diamond today, something that's very sacred to them. As Cincinnati just turned it over for the 28th time, and Jordan Harrison scores it again.
18 steals for the Mountaineers. 18.
Again, why they lead the country in steals per game and forcing turnovers.
They have more steals than assists.
Unreal. Up and in. Clarissa Craig. She gets the and one, go to the line for another shot. I mean, again, these stats are just mind-boggling at the moment. 18 steals, 15 assists, only 13 turnovers. When you're doing that, I mean, it's insane.
I just noticed Jillian Hayes has 6 rebounds. Did she get the achievement?
I believe she's 9. I think it's 9 rebounds.
9, okay.
Yep. She's close, though. Hopefully they keep
She's
her
in
in
right
the game.
now.
Yeah, hopefully they keep her in the game and gets a couple rebounds going forward. She's got 4 minutes and 21 seconds to do it, potentially, at the most. Craig shots up and good. 69-35. Bearcats trying to give some light pressure up the court so the Mountaineers don't just walk it up. Blackston back in the ball game. Over to Fields on the right wing. The screen is set, looking for a pop. The trap by the Bearcats looked good.
Offensive foul.
Offensive foul. The big girl. Arig Babu. I mean, she's 6'4".
Taller than me. Okay, okay.
About the same height as me, too. From Berlin, Germany.
Her second team is forward.
And you're seeing now basketball becoming more of an international game. I mean, even in the NBA, you know, a lot of stars and international players. We were at Archbishop McNicholas yesterday, and we had a player from Ukraine on the JV team.
Yeah. What's his name? Was it Vlad? Right?
Vlad.
Vlad.
He's
yeah.
from Kharkiv.
Vlad had a couple threes in that game, man. Shout out to Vlad. If you somehow hear this.
Fouls on McMaster, number 42, Clarissa Gray, her third, team's second.
Destiny Thomas checks in for Clarissa Craig. Leading scorer for the game for the Bearcats is Reagan Jackson, 3 for 7 from the field. The shot is missed from Hemingway, but rebounded by Fields. Fields, the 3, it's missed short, rebounded potentially. Jillian Hayes has her 7th rebound. She's 2 away from 700 rebounds and becoming the 8th player to do 1,700 in the points and rebounds category in UC women's basketball history. There's always a positive to look at in any game like this.
Yeah.
The shot from Jackson. As the old Ball State announcer said on a video thing, boom goes the dynamite. Shout out.
As you mentioned, you know, looking at positives, Cincinnati's out rebounding West Virginia 30-22.
Again, you can. There's always a positive in some of these things. I know a game like this, it's 69-38, but again, it just depends on the outlook. It depends on the mindset. It depends on the will of your team. So, you know, at least that's something that the Bearcats can look at here. They actually won the rebounding battle 38-30 the first meeting 2 weeks ago. As Blackston steps out of bounds, Aisha D is going to check into the game for the Bearcats. Looks like Malia Williams is going to get on out. 2:40 left in this ball game. 69-38 your score. The Bearcats have not led at all this game. They are only tied for 1:13 today. Shot missed from Thomas, but rebounded by Dia. Out deep, Milton missed. Rebounded Hemingway, but bounces off her leg, and the Bearcats retain possession. Blue shot clock.
Is this the last doubleheader? I think it is.
I believe it is.
Because I got here at 11:30. I've been here for 6.5 hours, and it's dark outside.
You don't say.
Just like that.
It's
That's really about January. You know, it gets dark at 5.
I know.
We're very close to spring, though. So
we really are, though. It's crazy to think. Time just moves real quick, though.
Working overtime.
Working on the weekend like usual, huh? Next up for West Virginia, they go to number 24, Iowa State. That's next Saturday. They got a week off themselves. They play at 2 o'clock versus Iowa State. And one, Jillian Hayes, going back to the line to shoot a free throw. So UCF and West Virginia play each other next Saturday at 7 o'clock, and the UCF men's team comes over to Cincinnati and plays here on Bearcats Sports Radio.
7 o'clock too.
West Virginia's going to move to 16-2. One of their 2 losses, Iowa State on the road, so they're trying to look for some revenge. Again, look how tight it was between Cincinnati, both of these games. 2 weeks in between. And then they're going to play each other about 2 weeks in between as well. It's crazy.
Very unique scheduling by the Big 12.
They lost 74-64 in that one. West Virginia did. They were ranked 24th through the Bearcats game, and then lost to Texas at home, went on the road to Iowa State and lost. They're trying to get ranked again, but trying to get in that category as Hayes makes second free throw, 69-41. For the Bearcats, they go on the road. Actually, they play at home, on Wednesday. Oklahoma State. And then they're on the road Saturday at 3 o'clock against Texas on the Longhorn Network.
Nice little Texas road trip right there.
And then they're at Houston on Tuesday night. Big 12 standings, Kansas State 7-0, 18-1 overall. Iowa State 6-1, Oklahoma's 4-1, Texas, Baylor, West Virginia all have 2 losses in the Big 12. Cincinnati sitting toward the bottom with BYU, TCU, and UCF.
And the Bearcats went on that 8-0 scoring run over the last 2 minutes and 36 seconds.
Again, there's always some positive nature that can come out of these things. Danelle Arigbawu shooting 2. Misses the first free throw. It is crazy. I just looked out the door, and earlier he had sun out, and now
It's dark.
Yep, it is. It's dark.
And it's cold.
Welcome to January.
Welcome to Ohio.
Welcome to just about anything, really. Welcome to Clifton.
Clifton. See, right now it's 17 degrees outside. Sunset 10 minutes ago.
Isn't that just beautiful? Oh, man. Byers the jumper on the baseline. It's good. 70-43. Foul is called. Delaney Snyder, the 6'5" freshman from Richmond, Virginia.
6'5", jeez.
It's insane.
At the line for West Virginia, number 23, Lauren Fields.
Lauren Fields misses the free throws. Ball's hit out of bounds off Snyder, and West Virginia's going to keep it. 1:01 to go in the game.
Looks like a free Mountain Dew Code Red for missing 2 free throws.
It seems to be the case.
Or T-shirts? No, I think it's T-shirts. Sponsored by Mountain Dew.
Wouldn't mind a Code Red drink to get me through the rest of the night watching playoff football, but
Some big games tonight.
Really big. Deep three from Fields is missed. Arigbabu up with it, lays it in.
You know what my thought is?
What?
What's to stopping the band from just like playing the entire time? Like imagine like you're an opponent, you go step back and the band starts like banging on their drums and playing all the instruments.
I really don't know. I don't know what's stopping it because they could just start playing right now and just they could have done it at the start of the game.
Like even just like messing around. Like imagine like that ace miss shot. Someone had like a tuba and just like blows into it and starts playing. Like just imagine. It's like throwing a snowball in Buffalo when it's snowing, you know? So it was, I think it's Deontay Johnson. Or it was Pickens, I think. Trying to make a catch, someone threw a snowball at him.
That was insane.
Talk about home court advantage.
Hey, man, I mean, you might as well. Make it a tougher place to play than it already is here. We've given some teams some really good games here.
Yeah, we have. I mean, and I think Fifth Third is one of the more underrated atmospheres in all of college basketball. I mean, I didn't go to a game last year, but this year, I mean, it's been incredible.
It definitely has been. As the clock runs out to 0, and West Virginia has defeated the Cincinnati Bearcats 72-43 on Cincinnati Zoo Day. Bearcats fall to 9-8. West Virginia improves 16-2. Player of the game, I think we know who that is on the West Virginia side of things.
J.J. Quinterly. I mean, she went off today. 23 points, 9 of 18 from the field, including 2 3-pointers, 8 steals, and only 3 turnovers. I mean, talk about an overall good performance by J.J. Quinterly.
Yeah, and on the flip side for the Bearcats, 29 turnovers is the huge thing. They got to clean that up. Foul line, they shot 17 for 20 from the foul line. There are some things that, be positive about going forward, but the Bearcats are going to have a decent stretch coming up where they're going to have to string together a couple of wins.
Yeah, the Big 12 is a gauntlet. It's nothing easy. No game is given. Everything is earned. And, they're going to have to forget about this game, prepare for Oklahoma State on the 24th, and get that going. You can't focus too much on this one game. Don't get me wrong. Watch the tape, look back at it, reflect, but you cannot emotionally be affected by this game. You can be sad today, but tomorrow, you got to flip that switch and be ready or be preparing for Oklahoma State.
Next game, Oklahoma State, like Chris mentioned, Wednesday, 6 p.m. You can listen here on Bearcats Sports Radio. Men's game will be on Saturday, UCF. Chris again on the call for that one. Bearcats Sports Radio. We're going to sign off here. Christian Begun working that overtime duty today. OT, baby. Chase Johns on the call. Thank you guys for listening in. We'll see you guys next time.